Hello my friends, Γεια σας, this is Matilda and welcome again to Tilda's cookbook, hopefully all safe and healthy. We're getting closer to the sour fruits end of the season, so I'm sharing with you a super delicious and super easy dessert, orange pie, with a recipe given to me by my beautiful sister-in-law Effie, so thank you Effie for that. For this, let's get started. I'm gonna be using one packet of phyllo crust, the thin one, 450 grams, 1 cup of vegetable oil, 250 ml, 1 heaping cup of sugar, 250 grams, a cup of yogurt, and I'm using low fat, you can use any kind you want to, 200 grams, 4 medium-sized eggs, 1 packet of baking powder, which is 20 grams, a pinch of salt, a packet of vanilla, and you can use any kind, I'm using orange flavor, and the zest of an orange. For the syrup now, we're going to use 2 cups of water, 500 ml, 1 cup of orange juice, and I'm using the freshly squeezed, 250 ml, 2 heaping cups of sugar, 500 grams, and the zest of an orange. I start by opening up my phyllo crust, and I'm gonna use a tray to put it in. We need to open it up and have it dried up completely. I had it in my package for quite a while, so it got stuck a little bit, but it doesn't matter really, because in any case we're going to cut it into smaller pieces, so it doesn't matter that it got a little ruined. So now I need to separate all the leaves in order to give them some air in between and let them dry up completely. Another way of doing it is by separating each phyllo and making it into a little nest, putting them one next to the other on a tray and in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes at 120 degrees. And this way the phyllo crust gets dried up really easily. However, it takes a little bit of a color, so I prefer not to do it that way, because I prefer my orange pie on the whitish end. While the phyllo crust is drying up, I'm gonna prepare the wet ingredients. I put my eggs into a bowl. I add the vegetable oil, the sugar, the yogurt, and the salt that I'm gonna add next is my addition to the recipe, because I put it in all my almost all my desserts. I think it gives a good taste. The vanilla, and the zest of an orange. I'm using a whisk to mix all my ingredients together until everything is incorporated. That takes about a minute or a minute and a half or so. And as soon as everything is well blended, I add my baking powder and whisk again until it is also incorporated with the rest of my wet ingredients. After approximately half an hour, my phyllo has dried up completely, and this is the way you need to do it. Just break it with your hands, because we don't care what kind of pieces they are, we just need them to be broken up. Then I get my wet ingredients and add little by little the dried phyllo that are broken into pieces. And when all of it is added up, I use a spatula to blend it with the rest. and make a nice mixture. It's sort of a batter, a very easy one. And as soon as it's nicely incorporated, I let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes in order for my phyllo to absorb the wet ingredients. I am using a 32 centimeters wide pan which I have greased, and I'm pouring in the butter which has rested for 15 minutes. And I give it a little shake and a little tap to make sure that it's evenly distributed, and it's ready to go into the oven. 30 minutes later, my pie is ready. It has a nice golden color. I make the test with a knife. I put it in. It comes out clean, so we know it's ready. I use the same knife and I scrape off the sides a little bit to detach them, and I let it cool down before we put the syrup. While the pie is cooling down, I'm putting my heat on high to prepare the syrup. I put in the water, the orange juice, the sugar, and the zest of my orange. I give it a little mix and let it boil. As soon as it starts boiling, I lower my heat in between medium and high and let it boil for 15 minutes. My pie has cooled down now, so I'm gonna start pouring the syrup little by little, making sure that it will go everywhere, covering all the areas as much as possible. After I have put approximately half or a little more of my syrup, I'm gonna start cutting the pie. In this way, I'm gonna help the syrup get absorbed. Using a jagged knife would be much easier actually, so I suggest you do that. And as soon as all the syrup is put on the pie, we let it rest until it absorbs all of it before we're ready to serve it. It didn't take long for it to get absorbed all the syrup, so we're gonna serve a piece. It took about 15 minutes or so. Look how beautiful it is. It smells so nice. Look at this, really beautiful. So let me give it a taste because I couldn't wait. My friend, it is really delicious. It's fluffy and aromatic, full of flavors. So easy to make. This dessert, I think you really should give it a try. If you liked this video, please share it with your friends. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to get notified on my weekly uploads. And I hope to see you all back healthy on my next video. Until next time, happy baking και καλή σας όρεξη. Bye bye everyone.